Hey, you're listening to Don't Lie to Your Life Coach podcast with Kim Arrington. I'm Kim Arrington. I'm a life coach, a weight loss coach, an author, and a badass passionate about helping you connect back to your most authentic self. Join me here each week so I can coach you on how to think all those juicy thoughts that get you feeling your absolute best and taking some big ass action. Coaching has changed my life, and it can change your life too. I'm here to give you real life solutions to create a life you'll love. Because the truth is, boo, you ain't just got problems, you got options. Hey, y'all. Coach Kim here. I am dropping you into the course. It's for you to get a little snippet of one of the videos, which is called What is Yum Sum? Now, I will tell you right now, this is like a fourth of the training. I had to slice and dice it a lot to make it understandable for you in this form. And this is one of my favorite things to teach. It's one of my favorite things to teach. But if you join the course, you get the full version and the workbook, and it has a lot more. So I hope you enjoy. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. I am so glad to see you. We're about to go deep in this video, y'all. Like iceberg deep, okay? Because remember, if you are an iceberg, you are what's floating on top, but most of you is below the surface, and I want to show you back to you. Sis, you're a unicorn, and I'm going to prove it to you. Better yet, I'm going to show you to you with 3 questions and a new yummy term, yummy that ain't got shit to do with food, to reveal it to yourself. Remember, sis, you're a unicorn, and I'm going to prove it to you because you have a yum sum. So a yum sum is literally the Y is for your, the U is for unicorn, the M is for magic. I know, right? Your unicorn magic. And this is my favorite thing to remind you of. I grew up in the 80s. And I still have my sticker book. I loved my sticker book. This actually reminds me of Lisa Frank's, her stickers. My sticker book was serious. I'm basically giving you the best compliment in the world by calling you a sticker. And can I tell y'all something? If you ever go look at Saturn through a telescope, and Saturn looks like a sticker if you look at it through a telescope. So baby, y'all a sticker. You a sticker. What if I told you it ain't the weight that's causing you suffering, but the story you're telling yourself about the weight? It's not the fat, it's the story you're telling yourself about the fat. If you change the story, you change the pain. If you change the pain, you change the story. But there's more. It's time to kick this shit off your boots and be your favorite self. Shitball stories get in the way of your unicorn magic, sis. And you know where them shitball stories come from? They come from that critical voice in your head that you think is you. It is not you. It is not you. Here's a shitball story. I need to lose weight because no one will date me or love me if I'm fat. Y'all know there are people who only date voluptuous women. Y'all know that, right? I have a buddy who tells me all the time, you cannot get any skinnier. He loves full-figured women. His wife is full-figured. She's a gorgeous, stylish, amazing woman, and he loves everything about her. These men are practically discriminating against skinnier women, our skinnier sisters. BBW, or big, beautiful woman, or bust. Most of these women outweigh their men. My husband married me when I outweighed him, but now I don't. But who cares? What about the people that fall in love with you because you're absolutely everything they ever wanted and more, and they want to stay in love with you? Well, I gained all this weight after having kids, and my partner isn't going to want me anymore. They're going to leave me one day. That is a shitball story. All this time, we are thinking of people abandoning us. Those are old stories that did not start with the people who we think are going to abandon us. We need to focus more on how to stop abandoning ourselves. Everyone has gained weight, y'all. I tell this to my friend all the time. When she's like, I don't know what to wear. I don't like women. And I'm like, everyone's gained weight. Sometimes we project our insecurities and our superficial thoughts onto others. Maybe it's just you that has a problem with the weight because of what perfection what you decide perfection is to you. Change your need for perfection, and then you might see acceptance everywhere instead of rejection. Look at how big my arms and legs are. Y'all, I had an arm thing forever. I don't got it anymore. This is easy. Never in the history of life has there ever been more beautiful clothes in a range of sizes for us juicy goddesses. I was at Old Navy one day and this woman was like, I like your juicy and I like my juicy. She was checking me out and I was like, I love the fact that you called us juicy. Like, I want anything juicy to me is good, okay? Blame the outfit if it doesn't work, not yourself. If you can't see yourself as beautiful, make a practice of noticing something amazing about yourself every day. It doesn't even have to be anything about your looks. It could be your personality. That means if you keep at it, you're going to start believing it inch by inch. Hashtag massive action. And if you struggle with your appearance, find something beautiful about your appearance too. Of course, I've got something up my sleeve to help you too. Just breathe, y'all. Take a deep breath now and let it out. Just breathe. You know what truly claiming your personal power or mystique is? And we're going to talk a little bit about mystique. Stop giving your need to be accepted to others. That is an inside job. You need to accept yourself. Accepting yourself where you are, no matter where you are, is the most loving thing you can do. This version of you deserves your love and support big right now. Remember, sis, you're a unicorn, and I'm going to prove it to you because you have a yum sum. So a yum sum is literally the Y is for your, the U is for unicorn, the M is for magic, your unicorn magic. So the pandemic, woo, the pandemic, woo child, the pandemic. It's so funny in the pandemic because what became valuable was toilet paper. Never in the time of history has toilet paper been so important? And I had a slide in between that said the yum sum of the pandemic was toilet paper. My goodness. I did not like y'all with what y'all did with the toilet paper. How you all hoarded the toilet paper. I had to buy toilet paper for $2 a roll at the gas station. But let me tell you what became even bigger for me than toilet paper. Every single time I risked my life to go to the store, the grocery store, I would pick up a rotisserie chicken. It got weird, y'all. This is like, I had been working Half-Life a little bit, but I hadn't quite developed it completely. But I had this thing about rotisserie chicken, and I would get to the point where I'd have 3 or 4 rotisserie chickens. I don't do this anymore. When I go to the Costco, which I do not love the Costco, so I don't go often, I put the rotisserie chicken into the deep freezer. This was my yum sum. I was like, oh my God, this is the unicorn magic. This is rotisserie chicken. And I'll tell you why. I was really freaked out during the pandemic if I was going to be able to feed my family and feed myself. And there was something about the rotisserie chicken that made me think, oh, I can. Joseph Campbell wrote a lot about this. The hero's journey is leaving the familiar of home. And then you come up against ridiculous odds on that journey to just remember who you are. And then you finally return home with the gifts of the journey, which include the struggle and the truth of who you really are. And the thing about the hero's journey is our soul yearns to repair what we thought was lost and broken and really discover it wasn't lost or broken. But what if you looked at weight loss like this? Like, what if you looked at, like, let's do it 2 ways. That you not being yourself and you began to overeat, okay? And then you go on this journey where you're up against these odds and you continue overeating. And then, you know, finally you return home. You found some chick named Coach Kim and she has this thing called Half-Life. Hey friends, you know, every podcast episode is sponsored by Half-Life Weight Loss. Let's hear a little bit more about it. And it's a new, shorter commercial, I promise. Hey girl, hey, my name is Coach Kim and I'm your last weight loss coach. More on that later. Yes, I've lost 65 pounds and I'm living my dream of lasting weight loss, plus so much more. And I'm here to spill some tea. What if I told you it only takes watching these 13 videos and doing your workbooks to finally have lasting weight loss? Like weight melting off like ice cream while you eat what you like weight loss? Like being able to go in any store and pick up a pair of jeans or that red dress in your size? Like not having to lose weight for an event. You're going to the event and everybody is talking about you at the event and how good you look. Body confidence on 10, friend. And having the most fun you've had in years while saving money, time, and stress. Sign me up, coach. Put me in, coach. Half-Life Weight Loss is going to help you gain your whole self back. I got you. All right. Can't wait to see you on the inside. So you're back. If you want to know more about Half-Life, please go to www.kimarrington.com/free weight class, and you will learn more about Half-Life. Let's get back to the Yum Sum training. But now let's turn that around and talk about how the hero's journey, how it deals with weight loss. You decide, I got to do something different. So you're going to do Half-Life. You leave the familiar of your home, of overeating, of protecting yourself by overeating food. Then you come up against these odds. I have to look at my spicy 3 issues. I have to solve for the things in my life. I have to be honest. I have to remember who I am. Some of what I'm doing is not who I am. And then you get to that gorgeous gazelle status. You return home with the gifts of the journey, including you process the struggle, you know where that came from. And now the truth of you is really here and you are enjoying your life, and weight loss can be that for you. So what's your Yum Sum? Remember, for a framework or method to work for successful women over 40, it's got to have Desire Rewire. And this is really what Desire Rewire is. To remember who you truly are and what you want no matter what, to do all the things you want that aren't food related, and to unapologetically and consistently prioritize yourself in every way. That's what Desire Rewire is. It's remembering who you are. It's living that life. It's going back to your desire. It's rewiring yourself to have that desire. Yum Sum is a part of that. Yum Sum is absolutely a part of Desire Rewire. Yum Sum is a thing about you that makes you irresistible. It's your personality. It's your desires. It's your vibe. It's your mystique. Yum Sum is a thing about you that makes you irresistible to others and yourself. Yum Sum is a way for you to see yourself and remember what makes you special. We all need reminders. Yum Sum answers 3 questions. Who are you? What do you like and don't like? What makes you magnetic to yourself and ultimately others? I know this picture's kind of creepy. But for women, successful women over 40, we've got to ask ourselves what in our lives needs to be enhanced or paid more attention to. Yum Sum is a great place to start. So Yum Sum doesn't just answer the questions, it wants enhancements. So who are you and how can you enhance it? What do you like and don't like and how can you enhance it? What makes you magnetic to yourself and ultimately others, and how can you enhance it? So this is kind of like our cogs. I don't know why the Jetsons came in my mind when I thought about cogs. Was it Cogwell's Cogs? I used to love watching the Jetsons. I used to watch it before school, and Jim and the Holograms. Did y'all used to do that too? Look at this to know the importance of those questions. Who you are is the biggest cog. What you like and don't like is the intermediate or the middle one. And the smallest cog is what makes you magnetic to yourself and ultimately others. So if you know who you are, and you know what you like and you don't like, your magnetism is there. But it is more important for you to know who you are, your remembered you, than trying to be all magnetic to others. That's the whole point. You are important. So what is your essence? Let's break that down. Let's talk about that. A gazillion folks, you, me, your cousin, and your mama too. Some of y'all will not know that reference, but my Black folks, we'll know it. It's Outcast, okay? Including philosophers' names I can't pronounce, have asked themselves this question since we ditched the caves. Your essence is a set of qualities, traits, and characteristics that make you who you are. It's your essential nature. And here are some questions that can help you look closer at it. Who are you essentially? What do you like as a person? What are your personality traits? What do you like the best about yourself? Why are you rare? And how do you know you're rare? Have you thought about this? Have you really run it through your processing now to answer these questions instead of who you were 5 years ago? What are your core values? What are your core principles? What are your core beliefs? One of my core beliefs is that I'm a good person and that all people are fundamentally good and worthy and shouldn't define themselves by their trauma. Even though trauma so heavily influences our behavior, I believe in the goodness of myself and I believe in the goodness of people. I believe in second chances for myself and others. It's part of the reason I became a coach, is to show people to themselves. When you know who you truly are, you won't fall for just anything, including overeating. This is my beautiful grandmother. Her essence, who she was, is really in this picture. She is over it. She is at a meeting. She is the only Black woman at this meeting. She helped to bring recreation centers to public housing in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She was huge in that. She started out as a dance teacher and a creative writing teacher. My mother's a teacher. She's part of that 150 years of teaching. But this face right here, that sassiness, that was my grandma. I say this all the time about my grandmother when I think back on some of her challenges. If she had been born even 30 years later, or even 40 or 50 years later, I think some of the struggles she encountered would have been less. She literally was a brilliant, amazing woman before her time, but being a Black woman during the time that she was, I think my grandma was born in the 20s. It's hard. But she went on to earn her graduate certificate from Columbia in New York. And she was impressive and so loved. But here is the thing about my grandma. I was just in Martha's Vineyard, and I don't know if I told y'all the story, but I put it up on Facebook, and my cousin reached out to me and was like, come over to my family's house. We're always in Martha's Vineyard. We stay here for a couple of weeks. And I went over, and he said, your grandma to send me a card on my birthday with smiley faces. My grandmother would send hundreds and hundreds of cards every year. If you told her your birthday, you got a card in the mail. And I miss those cards, and I have so many of them. It makes me emotional to think about it. When you know who you are, it's easier to know what you want. It's easier to know what you want. When you know who you are, it's easier to know what you want. Desire Rewire is always available. Change is always available. So number 2 part of Yum Sum is, what do you like and don't like, and how can you enhance it? So let's look at some celebs and some of their yum summiness. Oprah is known for her love of books, hiking, and gardening. So here's a paint palette. She's not just Charlie's Angel. Lucy Liu loves to paint. Look at these amazing orchids. Former First Lady Michelle Obama has an orchid named after her. Sir Paul McCartney bird watches. Yes, some of his birds are into the Beatles too. Y'all, I had to. And typing, this typewriters. Tom Hanks collects vintage typewriters. Selma Hayek loves to scuba dive. And Lizzo and that flute. Your unicorn magic. It's Yum Sum, y'all. What do you not like? Because what you don't like also defines you too. Make sure, though, that you really don't like it and you're not covering up for a deficit. I don't like doing this, but you really don't like it because you didn't have the money growing up to do it. I would rather you try doing it and seeing you don't like it instead of using your not likes as a cover. It's a lot of picky eaters, like they haven't had the experience of something, so they decide they don't like it. There is a YouTube channel I enjoy. There is this incredible young man who has autism, and I think he's probably in his 20s, and he only ate 5 things. And one day he woke up and he decided he was going to try everything. And the YouTube channel is just him trying food with his mom and his dad. And it is so endearing. It's so loving, but it just is a reminder to try the things you haven't tried because you might not like it. He's found so many foods he likes, and he's found so many foods he doesn't like. You don't have to lead with your dislikes, though, to feel safe. That means, I don't like this. You know this person. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like that. Turns people off. That does not help your Yum Sum to magnetize people to you. Vibe. So remember, this is the smallest cog. What makes you magnetic to yourself and your others? If you have the other two, this one's going to work. This is going to come through. What makes you magnetic to yourself and ultimately others is you are the rabbit, pulled out the hat. You are the magic. You're it. We all have energy or power that people feel. What makes you magnetic to yourself and others, I've said this a couple of times, the other two questions inform the third. Truthfully, to have a healthy view of yourself, this one has to matter the least. If you care too much about what people think, that can change. Do yourself a favor. At some point, make a note of this. I want you to do a Google search on self-concept on YouTube, self-concept affirmations. It's a whole beautiful field where you begin to feel great about yourself and it radiates to the world. Most experts agree that 70 to 93% of all communication is nonverbal, meaning that you communicate who you are and what you like or don't like through your body. Our animal instincts read this and we are animals, we're mammals. Our animal instincts read this nonverbal communication for survival. So the more relaxed you feel with yourself, your body will show that to others and people will feel more comfortable around you. Now, I'm not saying if you're hype, if that's your true personality, then you'll attract people who are hype too, and it's their true personality. Being relaxed doesn't mean that you are necessarily chill and calm. Being relaxed can also mean that you are so embodying who you are that everybody knows it's who you are and you know it's who you are. Know, like, trust. Mystique. Me, unbothered, moisturized, in my lane, well-hydrated, flourishing. That's right, Cardi. That is right. Wiser words have not been said. Being yourself is you being unbothered, moisturized, in your lane, well-hydrated, flourishing. Yum-sum, the thing about you that makes you irresistible. Personality, vibe, mystique. We're almost there, y'all. We're getting to the closing credits. I am large. I can tame multitudes. I love the American poet Walt Whitman. The idea that I can be whoever I want, that you can be whoever you want, that you can tame all these different amazing things and you get to discover that while you're here in this life is so exciting. You can tame multitudes. You get to be so many different things, so many versions, and enjoy it. Y'all have a great day.
Are you feeling what you just heard? Good, good. Repeat after me. You don't have to figure it out on your own again anymore. I'm here to help. Head over to kimarrington.com and download my free video series dedicated to getting you feeling your best right now. Look around, there's some good stuff waiting on you. Got questions? Well, we're always talking on the socials, so find me on YouTube, Insta, and the book. Don't be shy, y'all. Go listen to another episode or join me here the same time next week. Finally, don't keep good shit to yourself. Share this with a homie that could use some help too. Remember, we're not lying to ourselves anymore. We're not lying to our doctors. And you damn sure don't lie to your life coach.